Welcome to Headlines Simsbury. I'm Karen Handville. You are probably well aware that tax bills for Simsbury residents have gone out with a flyer reminding residents of several things. The last day to pay your taxes without a penalty is August 1st. To get information on tax relief for homeowners who are elderly, disabled, legally blind, or veterans, go to the assessor's page on the town website for a link to Do You Qualify for Tax Relief? If you are paying by mail, the checks go to Woburn, Massachusetts. This is not a mistake. That is where the Simsbury Bank's payment processing center is for the town. And now you can pay your bill online. Tax collector Colleen O'Conner explained how to do this at a recent Board of Selectmen meeting.
Very simple. You just go to the website www.simsbury-ct.gov/tax. There's a button right on that page that says pay or view your tax bill. You click that. The only thing I do tell you is that put your last name, a space, and your first name or first initial. And a lot of people call and say, I'm on the website, I can't find anything under my name. Well, if they're looking for a car, they're looking under their name, and the car might be registered under their husband's name first. So however your car is registered, that's how you would have to enter your name. Real estate bills, however the deed is, that's what will be on the website. It's free if you pay with an electronic check. So basically you just need your banking information right in front of you, your bank transit number and your account number. If you choose to pay with a debit card or a credit card, there is a 2.95% fee on whatever you're charging on that.
If you look closely at your tax bill, you will see that the mill rate has gone down this year. And the good news is that you should see a slight decrease in your tax bill. You can still pay your taxes in person, but a reminder that Simsbury Town Hall offices and Eno Memorial Hall are currently operating on summer hours through September 1st. Town Hall and Eno are open every day at 8:30 a.m. It's the closing hours that are different. On Mondays, Town Hall offers full services until 7 p.m. closing. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday they close at 4:30, and on Fridays, Town Hall and Eno closes at 1 p.m. These changes do not apply to the Police Department or the Board of Education. The town of Simsbury has 2 cooling centers available to town residents to use on hot days during the summer. The Simsbury Public Library opens at 9:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday and closes at 8:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 5:30 on Fridays, and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. The Senior Center in Eno Memorial Hall is open at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday and closes at 7 p.m. on Monday, 4:30 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and on Fridays at 1. If you need more information, please call the Social Services Department at 860-658-3283. Simsbury has been rated #1 again, this time by Bike Walk Connecticut. This is the first of its kind ranking of Connecticut cities and towns on how bike and walk friendly they are. Simsbury was ranked #1, New Haven came in 2nd, New Britain 3rd, Glastonbury 4th, and Middletown was the 5th most bike and walk friendly community. Mary Glassman says, quote, I am proud that Simsbury has been recognized for our efforts as a result of the hard work and dedication of town staff, the Bicycle Advisory Committee volunteers, and support of our residents. She goes on to say, there is no question that our commitment to walking and biking trails in Simsbury attracts people who want to be physically active and brings in visitors and tourists to our community, unquote. The scorecard and rankings are based on an online statewide public opinion survey that was conducted by Bike Walk Connecticut. The rankings are also based on municipal leadership and engagement efforts. For more information or to read the full report, you can go to www.bikewalkct.org. Simsbury is also working hard to be #1 in a state contest to name the favorite tourist town in Connecticut. The town has never placed in the contest before, but this year various town organizations are actively trying to win as a way to boost tourism and the town's economy. Think of all Simsbury has: hiking, biking, historic downtown, the Bridge of Flowers, fall foliage, whitewater kayaking. We want the state to know about it. To vote for Simsbury, you have to be on Facebook, go to Connecticut and select Connecticut Fan Favorite to vote. You can vote once a day, every day until July 25th. At the end of the third week, Simsbury has cracked the top 10 and was 8th in the list of towns. Putnam and Niantic were #1 and 2. The Favorite Town Tourism Contest also asks you to select your favorite town attraction. For many people, Simsbury's favorite spot is Heublein Tower. Owned by the state, the tower is supported by a group of local volunteers called the Heublein Friends of the Tower. Recently, SETV volunteers went to the tower to get a look at the extensive renovations with Friends co-president Jay Willerup and Catherine Hoyge.
This is Gilbert Heiblein's bedroom, and this is the window that you saw from the outside. And the window, I was telling Ken that the windows were leaking terribly and the walls were all spalled out underneath, and it was just a big mess. And these windows get pounded when there's a storm. And so we had a restoration company redo all the leaded glass, refit the windows, and there is a piece of plexiglass on the outside. So now they are protected from the elements. So now no more leaking, no more walls cracking and paint chipping off and what have you. They've been restored as they were originally, so we're very happy. That was a big project for us. Right. This is the family dining room, and it's probably the most original room of the house. The furniture was here when the family was in residence, and we were able to purchase it to backtrack a little bit. When we first started, this room was empty. There were no accoutrements in the room at all. The light sconces were all missing. It was a pretty grim place. The floors were scratched and soiled, and we began to piece it together. We knew where the furniture was in private hands. We bought it back, and all these pieces are original.
To support the renovations, the Friends have a couple of big fundraisers coming up. On September 20th and 21st, they will have a plein air painters on site whose paintings will be sold to benefit the tower, and the annual Tower Toot is scheduled for October 18th and 19th. It is estimated that 100,000 people visit the tower each year. That's more than visit the Mark Twain House, but less than Gillette Castle. You can see the Simsbury View program on the Heublein Tower online at simsburytv.org, where you can also find a schedule of air times. Local history is also on the minds of the Weetog storytellers. They're a group of local residents who hope to publish a book about Weetog and want to include your stories, photos, and memories. Do you remember the Blockies, the Rose family and Rosewood restaurant, the Pettibone Tavern, the Hopi Pig Farm? Did you work tobacco or swim in the Farmington River? Anyone with stories is urged to contact Mary Mitchell, care of the Simsbury Historical Society, P.O. Box 2, Simsbury 06070, or email archives@simsburyhistory.org. An important event exploring local history is coming up at the Simsbury Public Library this month. Brendan Walsh, the president and CEO of Ensign Bickford, is scheduled to talk about the company history and role in the town of Simsbury. EB has been a place of technology and innovation, not only in manufacturing, but also in community development since they were established in 1836. Mr. Walsh's appearance is part of the library's Innovators Workshop program. He will be speaking in the program room of the library on Thursday, July 17th at 7 p.m. If you miss his presentation, watch for the program on SCTV later in the month. Simsbury Library Director Lisa Karim recently appeared before the Board of Selectmen with Boy Scout Troop 175's Noah Campion to introduce the little free library he built as part of his Eagle Scout requirement.
You're used to having me up here talking about how libraries aren't what they used to be. Well, tonight I'm going to talk to you about our core mission of libraries, and it's promoting literacy and promoting community, and that's where the birth of the Little Free Library came from. It's actually an international movement at this point that started in Europe, and has come to America. And our Little Free Library that Noah has built for us so graciously, we were so excited and so pleased that he decided to take this on as his Eagle Scout project, is registered through littlefreelibrary.org. So Simsbury is actually now on the map, or will be shortly, because it takes about 72 days to process. I go every day and look. So Simsbury will be on the international map of Little Free Libraries with our first Little Free Library here. So I just want to commend Noah for taking on this project and thank him. And I want to also notice and recognize the Friends of the Simsbury Public Library that offered the opening collection. The way that the Little Free Library works is that it's stocked with an opening collection, and then ultimately we would like people to take a book and swap a book out. The opening collection had Simsbury Public Library promotional material inside of it, and ultimately what we'd like to have happen is for people to submit a book review in their book when they bring it back to the library and swap it out. That will help promote that literacy and sense of community, because we're all reading the same things. So
Excellent. Thank you, Lisa.
Sure.
And Noah, would you like to say a few words?
So this is our first free little library in Simsbury. It's located in the town hall. It's right out the door. I plan on building a few more this summer, not as Eagle Scout project, but just for the just for the fun of it. And those ones I'm planning on placing on the bike path and maybe the commuter lot in Simsbury. I'd like to point out just one thing. The first book taken out of the library was by Mary Glassman, and the author was a Simsbury High School graduate. So I thought that was really neat.
That's really neat.
That happened.
Thank you, Noah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, let's give Noah a big round of applause.
Thank you.
The book Mary borrowed and read was written by Simsbury High School graduate Jennifer Weiner. The Talcott Mountain Music Festival, featuring the Hartford Symphony Orchestra, completes their summer concert season with the music of The Who on Friday, July 18th, and a tribute to Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong on July 25th. Both concerts begin at 7:30 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center on Iron Horse Boulevard. Tickets are available online at hartfordsymphony.org or by calling 860-244-2999. Monday through Friday from 10 to 5. You can also go to the temporary box office at the Simsbury Meadows. Tickets are also available for the Tedeschi Trucks Band on August 14th, rain or shine, at the Simsbury Performing Arts Center. Food and beverage vendors will be available on site, as no outside food can be brought into the venue. And on Saturday, August 16th, starting at 4 p.m., is the Jazz and Blue Festival. Enjoy this Blue Plate Radio production featuring Down to the Bone, the Doug Jones Group, and Airborne. Blankets, chairs, coolers, and BYOB are welcome, with a portion of the proceeds going to Autism Speaks. You can get more information and buy tickets online at www.simsburymeadowsmusic.com. Have you been interested in becoming a blogger? The Simsbury Library has scheduled a workshop for beginners on Thursday, July 31st in the Technology Learning Center from 5:30 to 7 p.m. The workshop is designed to give you hands-on experience creating a free blog on WordPress. Another event coming up at the Simsbury Public Library on July 29th from 7 to 9 p.m. is an evening with New York Times best-selling author Nan Rossiter. She will be discussing her latest novel, Under a Summer Sky. In it, she transports readers to Cape Cod in a warm, compelling story of a family, new beginnings, and finding the courage to love honestly and well. Nan is a native of New York and a graduate of the Rhode Island School of Design. She and her family live in New Milford, Connecticut. The program is free, but registration is required before July 22nd. The Simsbury Library was the site earlier this summer for a presentation by Tom Hennick, the Freedom of Information Commission Public Information Officer. He was in Simsbury to explain the nuts and bolts of complying with the state Freedom of Information law and how the law impacts town employees and volunteer board members. He also explained its history.
It's a law that's 39 years old. It was Ella Grasso's brainchild when she ran for governor for the first time. And if you do the math, 39 years ago puts us right smack in the middle of Watergate. And if you remember the mood of the country at the time, there was incredible distrust of government. And Ella was one of those who did not trust her government. I'm told by those who knew her and interviewed her back then that she was really upset by what she saw. She was in Congress when Watergate exploded all around us, and she was contemplating this run for governor, and she said, "We can't have this. Secret government, government behind closed doors, it doesn't work." So she came back to run for governor, and she said, "We're going to have some sort of an open government law." In fact, she made it one of the primary planks in her first campaign platform. We're going to have an open government law. And then she got elected, and she said, I'm still with it. She didn't drop that idea, and she made it one of the first things that she did. And she said, it is so important to our future that it will be approved unanimously by the legislature. Now, I know we have a legislator in the audience. Can you imagine guaranteeing that? Can you imagine guaranteeing that? Can you imagine saying this is what we're going to do? Well, she did it. She guaranteed it, and she got it. I've actually watched the video, and there wasn't a single no vote.
Last month, the Connecticut Council on Freedom of Information awarded Tom Hennick one of its annual Open Government Awards, crediting him with a great deal of the Freedom of Information Agency's success. To learn more about the state Freedom of Information law, watch Tom Hennick's presentation on demand at simsburytv.org. Simsbury's Summer Theater for Students will perform Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel this summer. Here's Hannah and Katelyn with more.
Hi, I'm Hannah Petruzzi.
And I'm Caitlin Paddock, and we're here to invite you to see our show. The Simsbury Summer Theater Company will be presenting Rodgers and Hammerstein's wonderful Broadway musical Carousel on July 30th and 31st and August 1st and 2nd. This is SST's 49th show. Simsbury Summer Theater was founded in 1966 as the Simsbury Summer Theater for Youth. The organization, which is a nonprofit and entirely self-funded, is for high school and college students who love musical theater and want to learn more about acting, singing, dancing, and technical theater. SST members come from towns all over the Farmington Valley and Western Massachusetts, and many are planning a career in theater and music. SST's professional staff includes 16-year artistic director and Simsbury resident Joe Campolita, Hart School teacher and music director Jack A. Pott, and New England School of Dance and 15-year SST choreographer Leslie Lambert.
Under their direction and that of the other professional staff members, SST members spend 6 weeks at the Werner Centennial Theater rehearsing blocking, learning songs and dances, constructing sets, and participating in makeup, hair, acting, and other workshops to own our skills. Simsbury Summer Theater alumni have gone on to star on Broadway, regional and national tours, as well as countless community theater productions. We also count among our alumni orchestra conductors, instrumental soloists and symphony members, technical theater professionals, playwrights, Disney characters, composers, and Emmy, Tony, and Oscar nominees and winners. This year, with our production of Carousel, we are presenting one of Rodgers and Hammerstein's most beloved musicals and their personal favorite. Voted one of Time magazine's best musicals of the 20th century, Carousel is a classic tale of love, loss, and redemption. Set on the New England coast in Algonquin, Maine, Carousel tells the story of Julie Jordan, a young mill girl who gives her heart to the womanizing carnival barker, Billy Bigelow, and Julie's naive and silly friend, Carrie Pipperidge, who falls for fisherman Enoch Snow. The musical, which is a charming, sometimes funny, sometimes breathtaking, always moving story, includes memorable songs such as June is Bustin' Out All Over, If I Loved You, You'll Never Walk Alone, and It's Been a Real Nice Clam Bake.
We hope you will come see us and all of the hardworking Simsbury Summer Theater performers. It's going to be a great show. Tickets are available online at www.simsburysummertheater.org. Note that theater is spelled Theatre. You can also call 860-951-6860 for ticket information. We'll see you at the show.
The farm season is in full swing, so visit Simsbury's Farmers Market every Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m. at Simsmore Square. Each week has something special. On Thursday, July 17th, local celebrity chef Tyler Anderson and owner of Millwright's Restaurant will be at the market. July 24th will feature Papa Wheelie, and on July 31st, Senior Day. Tyler Anderson, the owner and chef of Millwright's Restaurant, is a busy man these days. He will be the guest chef at the Community Farm of Simsbury for the Farm to Table dinner on Wednesday, July 23rd. He will prepare a 4-course dinner featuring organically grown farm fresh produce. Proceeds support the Community Farm education programming and produce for local residents in need. Free, yes, free hot dog suppers are available every Monday at the Shepherd of the Hills Evangelical Lutheran Church on Westcott Road, every Monday until August 18th. Hot dogs, chips, fruit, veggies, and a beverage will be available from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Bring a friend and enjoy. If you would like more information, you can call 860-658-0583. If you have had a close encounter with a bear recently, you're not alone. Simsbury Animal Control Officer Mark Rudewicz is here today to talk about bears.
Hello, this is Mark Rudewicz, the Animal Control Officer here in the town of Simsbury. Over this past summer season, we have seen an increase in black bear activity. And I wanted to give you a courtesy reminder to enjoy your yards and to enjoy your trails. But if you are hiking on one of our many beautiful trails here in town, or on the Greenway, or just enjoying your backyard, just be aware of your surroundings. As like I said, there are an increase in black bear presence here in town. Also, I recommend removing the non-natural attractants such as your bird feeders, suet, garbage, recycle bins, and also I strongly recommend closing those garage doors. If there is not a food source present, the chances are greatly reduced of that bear remaining in that yard, in your yard. So if we remove some of these attractants, the bears are still going to be maybe lumbering through a yard, walking through a yard. However, like I said, they're going to be less likely to stay in your yard. If you see a black bear, please do not hesitate to call us at the Simsbury Police Department at 658-3100, or you can call me at 658-3110. That is my direct line. We are more than happy to respond, and we want everyone safe. We want everyone to enjoy this beautiful community and enjoy your town. Take care, and folks, have a wonderful day.
Finally, we don't usually like to broadcast our failures, but we wanted to share news about several outstanding interviews we failed to land in the last few weeks. We tried to get Carolyn Kwan, conductor of the Hartford Symphony Orchestra, to promote the Talcott Mountain Music Festival. Scheduling didn't work out. We tried to get Jennifer Weiner, best-selling author and Simsbury High School graduate, when she was in town last month. Finding a time when staff and volunteers would be around was again the issue. And time was also the problem with Eric Dudley, a 1997 Simsbury High School graduate who conducted the Celebrate America concert at the Talcott Mountain Music Festival. This is all to point out that as good as SCTV has gotten, there's lots more room to improve, and that is where you can help. More financial donations to SCTV would allow increased staff hours. More volunteers would allow more interviews with interesting people to be covered. Newly elected SCTV Board President Althea Greaney recently attended a Board of Selectmen meeting to ask town residents to consider making a donation to support SCTV.
In the past, SCTV has done a bulk fundraising mailing in October, and this year it was decided to split that up. We would do an October mailing and then we'd do a spring mailing. Everybody's not getting double mailings. We split the town in half, actually, sent half out and then half again. So if you received a mailing and you've already sent in your donation, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Your donation goes towards maintaining and procuring equipment that we use to film meetings like this, programs down in SCTV's studio, and out and about, things like the Memorial Day Parade, concerts, school events, things like that.
As Althea indicated, SCTV is a valuable resource to town residents. This is your station. Please support it with a tax-deductible donation. You can donate online on our website, simsburytv.org. We're also always looking for volunteers who have ideas for shows or who want to operate studio cameras or our robotic cameras in Town Hall. Contact us to arrange a time to come down to meet us in the lower level of Eno Memorial Hall. Email us at simtv@yahoo.com or call us at 860-658-1720 if you have any questions or comments about anything you see on SCTV. Contact us. That's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Karen Handville, and we are SCTV, your town, your schools, your government.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.